Hey everybody, welcome to Roller Troll. My name is Wade Acuff. And if you guys ever just wanted to run away and join the circus, well, today's the day. Today's the day. I think we should all just get up and go join the circus. We're going to do something along those lines. We're going to try to do some world building with Carnival imagery, I suppose. That's how that would... Carnival, circus, that sort of thing. Some clowns, some props, all of those things. I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I get a little sniffly, I apologize. I'm going to try to stay away from the mic as much as possible. We should have a poll going, a starter poll happening, so let me talk a little bit about how Roller Troll works. We roll a 20-sided die. We head over to our key that reveals two options for us, and I will scratch those away as best as I can. Let me zoom in here. And today we're going to start our poll with the Lion's Lark Legion of Liberation, which is a circus performing troupe. I don't know. I'm making this stuff up. Apparently our A doesn't have a period. Okay. Or the Jumping Jollies Jamboree. That is also the troupe. The two options. I thought we'd start with some sort of logo with that. Just so you guys can get an idea of how this all works. We do have, let me tell you about this before we keep rolling. There's something called a troll toll, and that's going to happen over on our Adobe Live server Discord, the Roller Troll channel. So if Jack can drop a link for that, I appreciate you, Jack. What else am I missing? So when you do that, I'll call for it. We don't have a clean way of doing this yet. But I do like involving Discord. That way I can see who's actually paying attention and getting in their ideas. I want to say hi to chat. What's up, Afroja, Oliver? How's it going? What else is there about it? I feel like I'm missing something. No, I don't think we are. I think we're ready to go. Let's see. Yeah, it has been a long time. Good to see you. All right, so the poll is up on YouTube. Oh, that was the thing. All the polls are over on YouTube. So if you're on Behance, thanks so much for hanging out on Behance. But you will find all the polls on YouTube, and Jack will be posting links from Behance over to YouTube. But you can also just watch on YouTube, and while you're there, you might as well go ahead and subscribe or follow, just so you can catch up with all the things that are happening on the Adobe Live YouTube. Okay, let's see where this poll is at. We have the Lion's Lark, which is winning, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and end that. I know we only have a handful of votes. There'll be plenty more things to vote on throughout. I'm going to end that, Jack, and then let's see. Let's go ahead and do a roll so that we can have something going. Got to get the ambiance rolling here. I'm gonna make it extra thick for this first roll. Okay, we're gonna do a little roll here. Whoa, maybe too thick. 12. Okay, so this is how this is gonna work. We have a little 12 here that we're gonna reveal for you now. Take 5. I'll explain these in a moment. Or Busker's Bounty. So take 5. I'm thinking like there's a band playing and they all take 5. They take a hike. So we may see. I have an idea for this. So if you pick it, we'll talk about it then. And Busker's Bundle, not Bounty. Sorry, Busker's Bundle. I think that's kind of a fun little. Maybe a hat's out for some change or something. Little prop setup is probably what that's going to be. So those are our first choices, but let's go ahead and start working on this Lion's Lark, which if you saw my Instagram, there was a little bit of a sneak peek. I did mess around with some of these because I was like, what are these logos going to look like? And they're not really logos. They may just be symbols. I don't know. But clearly a lion laughing is the idea. Or, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to start with turning on, let's see, why can't, vertical symmetry. Press enter. Control H to hide our line, which it's not doing. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay, it does it on pen stroke. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just start sketching out. See where we can get. I'm going to try to get this muzzle, lion muzzle. Drop in some eyes. And I'm just going to go through a lot of this really quickly. If you have any suggestions, I'm going to do my best to take a look in chat. You can always post things on the Discord as well if you'd like. But I was thinking this would be sort of like a crest that might be above like the little caravans or the wagons or whatever, you know, at the entrance maybe. I don't know. That's what the idea of this is. But you can see how using the symmetry tool is really convenient right here. And I wanted to sort of stylize a lot of this, so I don't know, maybe we'll add some curls. Just part of the fun of this is just figuring out how this is going to work. Hey, what's up, Alessandra? I like how you're like, this is Alessandra reporting in. Thank you for joining. But I also wanted to make sure there were like shapes involved, like, you know, maybe some, whoa. Actually working a little zoomed out is probably best for now. Like I could see this like being carved out of wood or something, potentially. But I think I want to emphasize a little bit of more of a smile, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't really. We could change the alignment of the brows so that there's kind of an uplifting effect. Because if you do this sort of thing, it's going to look like it's aggressive potentially or upset. But if you raise the brow, it's kind of an easy way to just show what that expression is supposed to be. This mane is a little out of control, which I don't mind it. Oh, do you call vertical butterfly mode? Yeah, we just have a vertical or butterfly mode, I guess. Give it a little bit of an indication of shading, maybe. I don't know. Not really going to get too far into this. I just wanted to get the main idea. No apologies. Be a great door knocker. Well, yeah. Put a little ring right there. Boop. This could be on the, this could be the door knocker for the, I don't know, the ringmaster's tent. I guess a door on a tent is not quite right, but you know what I mean. Yeah, trying to get over whatever this is. I think I'm almost over it. It's more of just the last phase. Anyway, I'm just trying to add a little bit of spice to this. See, I'm not really going to go too far into detail. I'm going to see what our poll is looking like. Busker's Bundle is winning. Again, you can vote over on YouTube if you'd like. And I think this works. I think this is kind of a good. Could maybe add a little bit more smile in the eye by pulling up the cheek, which is, you know, right here under the eyes, as if it's encroaching on the eye because there's so much smiling going on. Or whatever. Just trying to keep it from looking menacing. All right, I think this might work for now. So this is our Lion's Lark performing troupe. Hey, what's up, Peter? How's it going? All right, Busker's Bundle still kicking, so let's move over into that. We're not doing so much of a like normal, or I say normal. We have done compositions overall. This is going to be more of a piecemeal per option situation. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do a recap at the end, just to give us an idea. I'm going to turn our symmetry off just so you get an idea of what we've got. And I'm going to call this Lion, and then we'll pop off with another roll. I'm going to end that poll, Jack, and then let's see what we can do. Okay, here we go. 16. 16. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and circle our last option, Busker's Bundle. And I have an idea for this. I think it's going to be kind of fun. But let's find out what 16 is. Beast of Burden. Okay, so we've got a caravan. We've got something. We have to have something that's going to pull these caravans. Originally, this list was all different types of caravans. Or we could have some sort of fantasy, clockwork, a moto, some sort of motor. So Beast of Burden or a motor of some sort on a caravan. So we'll probably get a little bit of the caravan design in this. So those are options for the next one. Let's go back and work on our Busker's Bundle. But I'm thinking if you have a musician or somebody, I don't know, it doesn't have to be a musician. I'm thinking there's some sort of, we could do a hat that's turned over. And I'm guessing they're on the move. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to make a little plane for us. Get rid of our hat for now. I'm just going to make a little plane for us for this to exist on, just so I can ground this a little bit better. So I'm going to pretend like this is our little pavement or little sidewalk or whatever. And, you know, I'm going to maybe put down, maybe he's got some luggage. And I'm going to be fairly loose with this. Maybe there's a stack of, get rid of our draw through line here. Maybe he's put out a little bit of a blanket of some sort. I don't know. Just making this up as we go. maybe it's a fantasy version of doing some breakdancing. I don't know. I was trying to think like cardboard pieces you would see. All right, just working on it. Just work with me here. Just. All right, so we're gonna put a little handle on this thing. I think maybe there's a stack of little steamer trunks or whatever you would call it. Because I'm imagining they're on the move with this circus, probably making do as they can from location to location. All right. Maybe this one has the little corners on it. Or reinforced. I don't know. Maybe they're metallic. I'm not sure. And I think on the top of this, we'll have our hat. Maybe it's not a hat. Maybe it's just a little bowl, a little plate, a little something. And there's some notes, some change. You know, a little pass the plate situation for the artists. What would be the fantasy version? I guess you could still have like stencils and stickers and stuff. Because I was thinking, what would be the fantasy version of a sticker? I mean, I guess it would still just be a sticker, right? Because I was thinking stencils or, you know, hand painted marks, but that's kind of not what you do with a sticker. You just get them and then you place them on things. Oliver, I don't know what that references to, but I kind of like it. What is a steampunk Shire horse? Explain yourself. Well, I was going to here. Maybe we can make this a little bit more interesting and a little more. Let's see. Is that working? Let me flip this around. It's not quite working for me because I think I have ruined the perspective a little bit. It's a little better. Wasn't really paying attention to my first perspective grid, which then turned into a carpet out of necessity, I guess, or not necessity, but wanting to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to add a little bit of tension to this, like it's been wedged on this carpet, and maybe it even has a corner of it pulled up. All right, I think I'm going to put a handle to maybe this is, maybe this is not a suitcase, but like an Apple box style thing. like a little crate. It's been turned over. Something like that. And let's drop some sort of indication of stickers or something on this. Because, you know, this performer is traveling, right? So... And I'm going to do a little bit of, real quick before we move on, just going to put a little bit of a shading on there, a little bit of shading. Yeah, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Think that helps. Okay. Let's see where we are with our poll. We are tied, of course. Anybody want to end the tie? Anybody else want to vote? I guess I'll keep working on this until there's a tie. Tiebreaker. I'll let it go for a little bit longer. We'll figure it out. We'll put some little gaps in this wood, maybe. Maybe indicate some grain. I don't know. I don't want to get too detailed. I guess it maybe would have edges like this, potentially. Probably. That looks a little bit more believable. A little bit more construction. All right, we need one more vote. Nobody's voting. Nobody. Oh, there we go. Beast of Burden. Thank you to whoever voted. Bonus points for the tiebreaker. I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it before there's a chance to change it. All right, so Beast of Burden is what we're doing. Let me finish this up real quick. Perfect. Okay. Oh, no. Let's go ahead and go to our Beast of Burden. I'll make a note of this. Woo! Now we can go and get another roll going. Yeah, Moto Mover would have been fun. Beast of Burden's also going to be... I have no idea what's about to happen. So let's get this roll and then we'll figure it out. All right. 17. Okay. What does 17 have? Okay, it's consecutive rolls. Crazy talk. Haunted carriage. You know, that's kind of my vibe. I'm good with that. Or a box office billboard. So we could do where they take the tickets and then possibly expand on that. So let's work on Beast of Burden. You see these two options are haunted carriage and box office billboard. Will be over on YouTube in a new poll. I'm going to go ahead and label this a yak. Clever. How clever. I'm going to put these in and their own little folder. Okay, new layer. Zoom out a little bit because we got a little concepting to do. What sort of bee? So we've got yak as an option. I don't know if that's going to work for me. Ooh, why not? Let's see. I definitely want to do something that's maybe we have yak influences. I'm just going to start and see what's up. I'm thinking something big and big and round. And I'm just kind of flowing with it here. I don't really know where I'm going to go. Maybe some sort of big broad head. Definitely want to take this this advantage. I want to take this option to do something that's a little bit not of our world, and I'm just gonna roll with it. See where I can go. I'm thinking large. Maybe there's horns that maybe come down like this, with the ear kind of sticking out in front. I mean, yaks have horns, right? So you can't say that's not completely uninfluenced by a yak. I was kind of thinking like a dragon's mouth, but now I don't know. I like the big belly. Probably hooved, some sort of hoovish action. Hooved. Maybe a little bit wider stance. I like the stumpy leg. I think I'm going to lean into the stumpy legs. So hold on. Hang tight, everyone. We're going to get a little stumpier. Maybe a little dumpier. I don't know. Maybe there's a big back. This is a tail situation. I guess we could have it harnessed because it is a beast of burden. You know, probably a pride and joy of the Carnival caravan. Well taken care of. That's the way I'm going to think of it. And maybe even wider. Yak's horns go up. I am well aware. I'm just saying they have horns. This thing has horns. Well, I'll say I'm well aware after I pulled up reference. I don't know when the last time I saw a yak. looked up a yak. I don't know when that last time that was. Well, now it's now. Now this is the last time that I did it. Mouth open? Yeah, mouth open. Yeah, I'm thinking definitely a playful creature. And would it have? Sure, it would definitely have a mane of some sort. All right, let me. I'm gonna spend a little extra time on this because I think we're onto something here. Let me make a copy of this. I'm gonna get rid of some of these draw-through lines, these construction sketch lines. Reminds me of a little hippo. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I'm catching like hippo pig vibes, sort of piggy, like body wise anyway. If you see anything zip by, I have a cat that is apparently zoomies right now. In the middle of zoomies. There's nothing I can do about it. It is completely out of my hands. I was thinking maybe curls, locks of hair falling down this way. I don't know. Little ringlets, little. Yeah, my Jack. Not well, Jack and Chat may be having zoomies, but I don't think so. I have a cat named Jack, in case anybody was wondering. Jacques. Jacqueus, but we call him Jack. I didn't want the hair to look slick back. I think that's a little bit too... It's not as... I don't know. There's something... I mean, no offense to anybody's hairstyles, but there's something sometimes menacing, tropey about slick back hair. And I like the idea of this being like maybe little ringlets. Not quite reading the way I want it to, but that's okay. Does it have eyebrows? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think I'm going to lose the hair. I thought I'd like it. I thought I would like it because I was going to drape it down the back. I don't know. That's not bad. Here, let's keep exploring. You guys have voted on haunted carriage, so we know what's happening there. Let's keep exploring on this just for a minute. Maybe got a little hairy butt. Little hairy took us. More fur. What do you think? We think more fur, more fur, or go back to the way it was. It was going to put a harness on this. I think I will. I'm going to make a new layer. Flip this back. Make sure our tail is showing at least. Drop in some knees. And I think this is our harness. I'll make a little room for it back here. Some sort of yoke, maybe? I think that's what that is. Could you imagine like four or five of these pulling some sort of cart and then being let loose to run around, to run amok? I mean, that'd be worth the ticket price, I think, alone. There we go. We got something. We have something happening. All right. So, haunted carriage, I think we can manage that. Let's see what that's going to look like. I'll go ahead and make a new layer before we get a new roll going. But now it's time to roll. As always, please head over. Wait for the thing there. Please head over to YouTube for this poll as it comes up after we roll. Literally, cat just closed the door on me. Okay. 13. I'm gonna have to hold on 13, please. What did you do, Jack? Did you cause problems? Okay, I had to take care of something. All right, let's go and check out what 13. Wait, did we already roll 13? I don't think we did. No. Okay. There's a 12. That's what it was. Let's go ahead and select our haunted carriage. Move to 13 and see what we have. Ooh, teller's tent. So a fortune teller's tent. That could be a lot of fun. And then an abandoned attraction. So we're already kind of like, we'll try to keep them very different. But I am going to do the haunted carriage. So we got to get a little carriage going. This is going to be difficult for me. That's okay. That's part of the whole thing here. What's up, Nate? How's it going? When did I get the new dice tray? I just made it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun making a little thing. I've been wanting to do it for a while. Finally did it. All right, let's get a carriage shape. I do want to put this in perspective. So let's start with a box. I think it's still around, but there's a great little website called I think it was called Drawbox or something like that. And it was all about learning how to draw, and you're just drawing boxes, and it's a really great way to learn how to draw. So let's start with this carriage. What's going to make it haunted? Chat, talk to me. I'll get some little things going on here. This is sort of the carriage. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of a bottom to it. I think we're going to have some sort of apparition or something just to drive home the ghost part of this. Maybe here, let's not limit ourselves to size. Maybe there's like a tower on it or something gothic. I mean, why not, right? I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try. Thinking some sort of window. Action. Maybe there was some sort of banner happening. Would you have board and batten? Why not? Well, I don't know. I don't know what the construction of this would be. You have questions about the dice tray? You'll save till Thursday. Okay, fair enough. If you don't know what Oliver's referencing, I do a personal stream on Twitch over, on Thursdays over on Twitch. I wonder if we can make this. What if there are no wheels on this? I don't know if that's a haunted thing. I was gonna be like, what if it's floating with some sort of vapor? I mean, we can kind of make up our own rules, right? So What if it looks like a cart? Has all of the... Well, I guess if it's a carriage, you probably wouldn't know that it's a carriage without... I don't know, I'm just thinking through it. I'm thinking through it. We can still have... What if the wheels are... Okay. I'm going off the rails here. I'm trying to think about what would sell this as potentially haunted. Chat, I'm looking for options, so if you have anything... And I may do a little sneak peek at what's winning in the poll to see what I can borrow from. Oh, that's an idea. Hold on. I'm thinking it has a balcony on it, right? Why wouldn't it? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I know. Indecision, right? All right. Let's go ahead and drop in probably a front of this. But I am going to sneak over and see what maybe I can take. Looks like abandoned attraction is winning. So I'm not going to do what I thought I would do. Though I may take a little bit of it. Ooh, I like the idea. What if there's a broken windows, potentially? Because I'm trying to avoid this looking abandoned necessarily. Could just be haunted, but probably still derelict to some degree, right? A little bit of a outcropping, little, not a stoop necessarily, but an overhang for this front window, I think. Just going to indicate these spindles. Standard wagon wheel, I suppose. Yeah, be sure and get that poll. Keep an eye on that poll. Go vote is what I'm trying to say. If you haven't voted already. I'm going to keep working on this because I think what all I'm going to do is what makes this haunted. I mean, you think about, you could have something maybe creeping through the window. I kind of like that there's a little tower on it. I don't know why. It's got a face that's tired of the yak view from the front. Hey, I appreciate that. All right. I think maybe this is just panels. I don't know. I thought about it. Maybe we'll just do a copy of that window. A rough one. There we go. All right. This window's a little bit wider, but I'm going to go ahead and just board up some of these, which I think is probably what we're going to wind up doing with the abandoned attraction. But it'll be a different, it won't be a carriage. So, you know, maybe they go, maybe this is these ghosts that live in this carriage. They're who haunt the abandoned attraction. Maybe it's a little bit of give and take. And this thing is just completely boarded up, I would say. But I like that. I'm not leaving off the little vapor action. I'm going to put some of that here. Okay. Which, by the way, I think I'm going to make a copy of this. And I think I'm just going to have it kind of flowing out, covering the ground. Probably obfuscating some of these areas. Including the wheels, parts of the wheels. This would be a really fun little painting, I think. What if there's like, what if it moves on its own, so there's a little bit of a like the mist kind of precedes where it goes. That'd be kind of fun. All right, I'm gonna do one more thing to this and then we will move on. I'm gonna just see if this works. And drop this behind this layer. Just to help out some of that drawing of the mist. Make it seem a little bit more like it is mist with a value change. Get the idea across, you know. All right, there we go. Something like that. Could probably darken these areas just for giggles. While we're here, Jack, you can go ahead and end the poll. There we go. Let's go, since we're ending that poll and abandoned attraction is winning, let's go ahead and start up a new roll. All right, let's see what happens. A 9. 9. What do we got? 9. Harlequin hero. So some sort of clown or something, or I don't know. We'll figure out that. Or a knightly clown. Now I really, Chad, I would love to influence the vote here. I want to see what I would do with making some sort of clown helmet armor. No idea. I actually don't know what either one of these are going to be, so, whatever. Knock yourself out. But I am going to go ahead and mark that we did the abandoned attraction. I'll make a note of that. Whoop. But these are your options: Harlequin hero and knightly clown. So they clown nightly, right? If I make a copy of this, does that help? Yeah, it's a little bit better. I'm going to put all of this into its own group. All right. New layer. Abandoned attraction. So I'm wondering if we go with some sort of tent. Maybe, I don't know if it'd be partially fallen. What would the attraction be, chat? Oh, I just saw your trail of toadstools and ferns and fairies and glow sticks. I like that. That's amazing, actually. Can we go back and do that? Kind of just looking at, I've put up some reference for circus tents. But I don't know that that's really going to get us where we want to go. Rickety rail roller ride. Ooh, I guess it could be some sort of ride situation. Here, let's explore. But I'm thinking like the entrance, right? So Clever, do you have an idea of what this would be? Because we could do the entrance to this thing. All right, let's make a little path leading up to our Okay. So some sort of scary beast thing. Burnt off at the end. Yeah, I think we're just going to do the entrance to this thing. So whatever this is, it's probably got to have put a couple of ropes around these poles. Probably one still going across, a couple going across maybe, indicating no go. Probably like a spare loop hanging down. Kind of like the one right now. Let's see how this works out. Imagining these are just painted planks of wood. Worn and torn. And this is all a billboard type thing as well. Maybe one of these last planks is broken off completely, and you can see some of the construction maybe that was behind it. I don't know. There's a lot we could do with this if we were painting this. Might jump into that. We have time. We're just chilling. We do have some fun options though. I want to make sure try to get to a few more of those. Yeah, I think this is the same thing down here as well. Probably made of wood. Probably. I don't know. Let's say one of these is probably bending a little bit, warped. So just so clever. Let's see. We could do. Maybe this is in the background. This is the burnt end of the rail. If you can imagine this being the coaster. Not gonna leave that, but I just thought that was funny. All right, I am gonna do, let's try some stuff. I wasn't gonna jump into color, but maybe we will. Maybe we'll just do a little bit in the background here. A little faded. Why not? Why not? Okay. A little white, cream, a little cream, maybe off color, off white color. Same for the eyes. Maybe we can give this some green eye. And then, I don't know, something like that. I can't forget the bottom here for the teeth. Probably would paint this pole that same red if it's supposed to be the jaw. And I would imagine this would be like overgrowth. Something like that. I mean, we could put some more like clearly it's abandoned or boarded up, but I think we kind of did that. Maybe there's a safety cone, a medieval safety cone. Fantasy, it's a wizard's hat. It's a wizard's hat. Square wizard's hat. Whoa, hello. Do not enter. There you go. That's how you know it's abandoned. We did it. We solved it. Good job, chat. You don't want to go on that ride. Nope. All right. We've got Harlequin Hero is winning. Clothes for maintenance. Yes, indeed. I wanted to do the clown. But guess what? Harlequin could mean clown. So it looks like, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go ahead and do a new roll. And Oliver, thank you for noticing the upgrade, what I think is an upgrade, for this dice tray. Ooh, 7. Did we? No, we did not. Okay. All right, let's go take a look at 7. I'm going to mark our Harlequin Hero, and then we'll jump in here, take a look. And what 7 has magic mini cart. Ooh, I like these. Yes, unicart. So we did a carriage, and this may wind up being a carriage. I called it a cart. I don't know why, just because it sounded good. I think we'll probably do something along the lines of another carriage, which could be fun. We'll see what happens. But for now, we got to get back on to this Harlequin hero. I need to start doubling these up because I think that just reads better. All right, new layer. Well, first. Now, new layer. I'm going to call this one. Poll is up. Mario Kart. Jack, I don't know why not. Why not? Why not? Thanks, Jack. Oliver's talking about the dice tray. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of like crafty stuff lately, mainly trying to get myself to slow down on things, and I definitely have to slow down when doing something like that. But we're not slowing down now. We got to do this Harlequin hero. I don't know what this is going to be. We did earlier on a roller troll, we did like a little juggling or a little gesture, I think. Which, by the way, this was sort of inspired by that. And Penny, I don't know if Penny's around, but Penny had put in the Discord a traveling circus or something like that. And I was like, this is perfect. It matches up with both of them. Why not? Maybe our Harlequin hero is some sort of strongman or something. I don't know. You know what I'm going to go ahead and do before I forget, because we are running out of time already, and I am going to get to this. We're gonna do a troll toll. So if you guys don't know what this is, you get to basically put a suggestion in the Discord. That would be anything you want. So you have to head over to our Discord. Jack, if you could drop a link for that, that would be great. This will be middle of the roll. I'm going to keep working on this, and you guys can just chime in on what you want. I have no idea where this is going to go. It may be cartoonish. It may not be. Maybe I start over. Maybe, just maybe. Ooh, I have an idea now. Okay. Similar. Oh, we could do this with symmetry. No. Not going to do it with symmetry, I don't think. All right, I think we are going to do this Harlequin hero. Kind of, it's going to be jokey, of course, I think. So I'm thinking we have our strongman clown, sort of. But maybe it's a muscle suit and not actual muscles. But then we still have our little clown here. I don't know where this clown is going to come from. I'm just kind of going to riff. Why is the clown bald? I don't know. Because of laughs? Because of joy and things that are funny are bald? Potentially? I don't know. It's supposed to be a clown nose. Wow, no one, unless, let me refresh. Yeah, nothing in the Discord. Okay. Less work for me is all I can say. I do enjoy a good troll toll. The options are usually pretty funny. If we don't get anything, I'll go ahead and just keep working on our choices. The troll toll is activated. Go over to the Discord. Uma's asking what's up. You can post in our Discord anything you'd like to see that is carnival themed that we could add to our little menagerie of things. And I think this is going to be a suit, so I'm going to put a little bit of a collar right here, and then a sleeve. And I think we have to have like hemlines or something. It may just not, it may look like these stitched together, which I guess could be what's happening. I'm not sure how to handle that. Let's see. 8 new messages. I'm missing everything. Oh, magic carpet with a flaming chicken like on a Trans Am with T-tops. Is this a carnival themed something? Magic carpet with a you're gonna have to sell me on it. I mean, I guess that could be a ride. Yes, Troll Toll in the Discord. Let's go ahead and give us the suggestion. I see there's some typing going on. Let's see what happens. Oh, typing has stopped. I scared the typing away. Not the first time. Probably not the last. All right, I'm going to give him some of those little Randy Savage ties things, you know. I don't know if you know what those are. I don't know what they are, to be honest. They were just like little things he had on his arms. I'm not sure if they had a purpose. Put it on a trampoline. Two-headed snake with jester hats. You know what? We'll figure something out with all of that. Or some of that. We'll see. All right, so this is our hero. This is our Harlequin hero. It's not the hero. It's the what's the phrase? It's the hero we got, not the one we deserved. Or wait, maybe it's the one we deserved, but I don't know. Whatever. He's kind of unsure, and I'm okay with that. Okay. All right. What did we have something? We did. Yeah. Magic mini cart. Okay. Well, we have to do something for scale on that. Let me go ahead and select our note here. Oh, hello. Now I have another cat. Meeps has joined us. Meeps, what are you doing? No? Okay. All right, so we have Magic Mini Cart. Before I do that, we're going to Troll Toll. And we may end this out with Troll Tolls. I'm not sure. Probably not, since we're not getting a lot of activity. Fortune Teller with Daiquiri for a Looking Glass. Well, we could. All right. I like the two-headed snake. All right, let's do a little combo. I'm gonna hook up I'm gonna go back to our symmetry tool, and I'm gonna think along the lines of maybe this is our snake. Jester hat with the hats that we were talking about, the jester hat. I'm guessing you're with the hat with the little flaps and the like this kind of hat. So I'm thinking this could be the logo for a fortune teller, or the like the carving we did for the Lion's Lark troop. This could be that, but for our fortune teller. And now I will leave a little crystal ball here. It could be in some sort of glass. It's a crystal scoop. And what if we did this? What if this was on a flying carpet? At least that's what I'm going to say this is. I'll turn my smoothing on just a little bit. Don't know that it actually helps too much. But I could see this. I could see this as a fortune-telling thing, potentially. Maybe it's a set of fortune-telling sisters, two snakes. Ooh, that sounds bad. But maybe that's what it is. Two snakes tellers. A banana for scale. You're talking about when we get to the cart. I don't want their tongue out. Okay. We made it work, I think. I think we made it work. There we go. Snakes telling jokes. Probably. Well, I was thinking telling fortunes, but I guess they could be telling. Could be a comic. Could be a stand-up comic routine. I guess if it's more than one, that's improv at that point. It's not really... I guess. I don't know. All right. Turning off symmetry. Oh, turning off my smoothing as well. All right. Oh. I could have left symmetry on while I cleaned this up, I guess, but it's fine. Okay, I'm going to go with Control Toll. Thank you for participating in the Control Toll. Let's get on to this magic mini cart. In the meantime, I don't want to erase that. In the meantime, let's do another roll. All right. Here we go. 18. All right, 18. What is it, 18? Oh, a grand entrance? A humble hello. I don't know what that would be. I don't know what that would be. We may have to find out. All right, I'm moving all the way up here and making notes of, we chose this, and then we did one troll toll, and I'm just going to go snakes? Snakes? I don't know. Something. But we did one of these. Wow, look how small. All right. Magic mini cart. Okay, this was my thinking for this cart. And I don't know if this is going to work, but we will have to have something for scale. And we already have something for scale. Where'd you go? Nope. There we go. So we have this for scale, I think. I'm going to make a copy of this and bring it up. We have our beast of burden for scale. I'm going to bring this. Oh, hello. Scale this down. We'll put it over here along with, let's say this is human sized. There's our human size. So here's our magic mini cart. And I was thinking this is where our clown knights would be coming out of, potentially. If it's I don't know. I'm going to work with some shapes first. Just give me a moment. We may wind up with our unicart anyway. Because, I mean, why not? I'd planned on having the unicart be like this really large cart with one wheel, but the mini cart works just as fine. How does it move? I have no idea. How does it not fall over? That's the magic. That's the magic, you see. And you're like, oh, I thought I had you on this one. No, no. That's the magic. It's got to have one round window, right? I'm sensing a theme. So I'm guessing this is all, this is like a little wooden, what is it called? At the top of a column? But I'm guessing the window is round. make some. I kind of like the idea of there being a little bit of a pop-up. 2 of them, different tiers. Possibly a window out front as well. Should I guess the window seal could still be straight on the bottom. That is the fun thing about making random things like this. You have to think about construction. I mean, you don't have to, but it's going to make your drawing go a lot further, look a lot more believable. Not that any of this is believable, but I think you know what I'm saying. I would love to go to a circus where a bunch of these just rolled out and the entire troupe came out of tiny little carts. Little half round windows? Why not? Should this be... What should be on top? Because I was thinking, oh, just another tier. And then another tiny little round window. Perfect. There's our Mario tiny cart. I would totally play this if it were in Mario Kart. This would be my 50cc go-to. There we go. Magic mini cart. Made it, Penny. Hello. Glad you got your car fixed. Okay. We do have a few. We got about 20 more minutes here. I think where were we? What did we do? What have we done? Okay, that was our magic mini cart. We've got a grand entrance is tied. So you know I can't do anything with a tie. So, you know, keep voting, I guess. I don't, what? Penny, you can be the tiebreaker unless you've already voted. I'm just going to keep working on this. I mean, I think that sells it for for a mini little cart. A little bit of shadow underneath. All right. Looks like we have it's no longer tied. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna end it before someone ties it. A grand entrance. How grand? Do we need to leave this up for scale? How grand? You know what? We can. But what I'm going to do, I guess I'd put all of that on one layer. If you ever do that, no problems. Control-Shift-J will split your selection into 2 separate layers. I'm going to grab, let's see, that is nothing. So I'll pull that up to the top. I think what I'm going to do, if this is going to allow me, we will keep this active. And this will still be our scale sitting over here for our grand entrance, which I'm going to work really zoomed out for this, I think. Kind of like our abandoned situation. I think it's just going to be an entrance to our circus, where I think we can pull this back in. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. And turn back on our symmetry, but I'm gonna have to move it since we're not right dead in the center. Oops. Let's try that again. Something close enough. Okay. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Marching drummers, elephants, flying acrobats. Yeah, all of those would be grand for sure. I'm thinking of just what we have as an entrance. We could certainly do silhouettes of those things potentially. I'm just thinking highly decorative, overly decorative, maximalist, if you will. Flying elephants? I definitely would be all about that. Probably have the name up here. And then I'm thinking would definitely be tethered. I'm not going to do the tethers, I don't think. But I'm just, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe kind of like this idea. I don't know if this works. There's a little bit of a Art Nouveau-ish sort of vibe going on here. I'm not sure where that came from. But I kind of like this idea. It's kind of decorative flag posts. Probably gonna, I guess we could do this with, I mean, the wind wouldn't be blowing in a way that symmetry is working, but just for decoration's sake, we'll do this for now. And I would totally imagine all of these like string lights. Magical fairy lights. Yeah, definitely would be something grand. All right, I'm going to turn off symmetry again. And this is going to be terrible. Lions, lark, not very, not very circusy letters at the moment, but indicating what's happening. Okay. Something like that. More decoration, blah, 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 blah. Grand entrance. I mean, we could do silhouettes of people. I guess they'd be down here. Elephant. Or our beast of burden. How about that? Beast of burden silhouette, sort of. There you go. All right, there's a grand entrance. Grand-ish. I guess. I mean, if I saw that in person, I would say it's pretty grand. Let's do one more roll just to see where we went. Did I miss something? Am I missing something? Did we have any poll going and I'm missing it? I just want to make sure. I'm going to look in chat. All right, here we go. Let's get a roll anyway. I think we have grand entrance was the last thing, so I think we're okay. Jack, check me on that. A 7. We already had a 7. Let's give it a go. 3. Whoop. This is probably more than likely would be the last roll we do. All right. Baker's bark? Nope. That's a misspelling. Among the wild flyers. Okay. Wow. Both of these are pretty tough for a last roll. I'm going to fix this. It's supposed to be Barker's bark. I don't know that we're going to have... I think we're just making our own options now. Yeah, pretty much. Umacorn loves the gate. Nice. Yeah, it's Barker's bark. Sorry. So like a someone yelling out the games and attractions. That's a Barker. But I don't know if we have time to do the poll and this, so I'm gonna keep working on this gate. So get in there quickly. I'm going to turn the symmetry back on. Just to darken up some of these edges, I think. Or I guess I could do this. Boop. Merge those down. Step right up. Yes, there we go. I corrected it, Oliver. I was doing live commentary when I corrected it. We have the power to make those edits on the fly. That's the power of Photoshop, people. It's the power of Photoshop and the magic of Roller Troll. Busy making hot chocolate. Fair enough. Okay. Among the wild flyers, we're going to do that because we only have about... well, I'm going to stay live on here on YouTube, so I'm going to stay here until the end of the hour. But let's just start working on that. We're going to lose Behance in probably about a minute and a half or so. I'm going to end that poll. But let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so the wildflyers, which is hard for me to say at this point for some reason. It was going to be all the leaflets and pamphlets that are being tossed to support our carnival. Brought to us by a trapeze artist, which I'm not gonna have time to do. I think we'll get a shape going. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely gonna have the time to make this work, but we'll have it in the distance. The idea was it would be tossing out all of these flyers. Ooh, there we go. Which I think this is about all we're going to have time for. So we're going to close it off here, but we will be back next week. An all-new Roller Troll. If you ever want to see your options being used for Roller Troll, please put them in the Discord. As far as themes, go ahead and suggest those if you'd like. I will be taking a look at the Discord from week to week. In fact, this was a combo of one of Penny's suggestions and one of our previous Roller Trolls. There you go. I know it's rough, but I think it works well enough. Among the wildfires, thanks everybody for hanging out with us on Roller Troll. Let's take a real quick look at everything we did today. And some of these you'll see a couple times. We started with our Lion's Lark, which was the first thing we did. This was the troop name for this Carnival caravan. And then we did a buskers bundle. Shows a little, passing out of passing the plate situation here with this little travel accoutrement. Then we worked on our Beast of Burden, which we later used for scale. We had our haunted caravan, haunted carriage. There we go. There's the full haunted carriage. What else did we do? An abandoned attraction. I don't know what this is. It looks like a puppet or a Muppet. Roller ride. I don't know. This was our Harlequin hero. He needs help. He needs a lot of help. It's okay though. This was one of our troll tolls, the only one we did today. I was hoping to do more. I need to remember to do those earlier in the stream, but I really did a combo here. We made this fortune teller sort of logo thing. What else did we do? The mini cart, the mini magic cart. What makes it magic? Oh, it also had scale. No, wait. Well, anyway, I think I used the scale for something else. Mini magic cart. And then our grand entrance, and then our high flyer. And that's going to do it for us. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I do appreciate you guys coming and watching Roller Troll. Be sure to catch up with everything that's happening on these Adobe Lives. There is a schedule, I believe, posted on the same Discord server, the Adobe Live server. And there'll be all new things tomorrow. So come check it out. All right, bye everybody.